Hey Poke fans, in the last episode we essentially explored Route 209 and the Lost Tower. Route 209 is east of Hearthome, and then on the route to Solaceon Town. Now, in this episode we're going to mainly be talking about the Solaceon ruins and the daycare center. So, I'll probably be explaining the daycare center a little bit more as we explore the ruins, but for now let's just kind of see what this old lady is about. So you can select any of your Pokemon to raise. You can select 2 of them, and for each level that the Pokemon gains, well, in the daycare, I think they charge $100, which is actually a really good deal if you think about it. Now, this house right next to the Pokemon Center is interesting because there's a guy there that will allow you to search or hunt for a Pokemon. If you can bring it to him, he'll exchange you some Heart Scales and Pokeballs. Heart Scales are useful later on in the game, but there are other ways of obtaining them. But it's a nice way to just meet new Pokemon. Now, we also want to explore these ledges. I don't think this house has anything interesting in it. This one tells you about the nature of the first Pokemon in your inventory. Okay, you can also find that information on the second screen right here at the top. You will see that Golbat has a lax nature. That means some stuff that's not really important for most of this playthrough. It deals with competitive battling, as well as what Poffins they enjoy. So I guess a little bit for contests, but yeah. Now, this house is important because you talk to the mom. Oh, you don't have a seal case? Well, here you go. I wish adults worked like that in the real world. Oh, you don't have this? Here you go. We'll explore seals towards the end of this episode, but this boy says that the Pokemon in the ruins look like some strange alphabet. You can give me Pokemon that look like those letters, he'll give us some seals. Well, the letters are actually just the letters of our alphabet, plus the question mark and exclamation point. I think you can find those in there. That is the only Pokemon you can find in the ruins. It is called Unknown, and I believe they range from levels 14 through 30. So without further ado, let's explore the ruins. Now, at the very top, you're going to want to read this text because it essentially tells you where to go. Right? You can clearly see the letters. The first one is T, O, and then P. So this says top right, lower left, top right, top left, lower left. I never bothered memorizing those because I'm just going to explore all these paths because some of them are going to have just this rock right here. And if you click on all the rocks, you'll find some pretty decent items. Okay? Like the elemental firestone, or the elemental stones. Now, I think I was going to mention the Pokemon Daycare Center. If you leave 2 Pokemon that are compatible, it's possible, it's conceivable that they will produce a Pokemon egg, which is, of course, pretty important. And that's a whole kind of another feature of game mechanics. Alright, let's battle this guy. There might be a reason why I'm showing this entire battle. Alright, so we've seen Geodude. Alright, there we go. Critical hit. Thanks, but no thanks. You also grow to level 29. Thank you, Batman. I don't think we've seen Bronzor before, at least not that I can remember, so I'm just going to show it really quickly. Bronzor has one weakness. Psychic and Steel. It has one weakness, and that is Fire. Now, I should recant that statement. Bronzor has one weakness depending on its ability. If its ability is Levitate, that means that it raises itself above the ground, which means ground types will not affect it, which means that fire is its only weakness. If it has the ability Heat Proof, fire does less damage. I mean, it's still technically super effective, but those effects are negated, but then it is super effective to ground. And there's Carl with a K. All right. Now, why on earth am I showing you this random battle? First of all, he's the only trainer in these entire ruins, which is a little weird. But more importantly, something might happen with one of our Pokemon. Like what? You guessed it. Batman is evolving. All of that time with the Soothe Bell, and it is going to transform into its final form, the very elusive, very powerful Crobat! I've been waiting for this moment a long time. It's finally here. Max out its friendship. I could have gotten it sooner just by having it walk more steps. That's an easy way to boost friendship. Also, if you make it battle and it keeps losing battles, its friendship will decrease. Whereas if it keeps winning battles, the opposite. Okay, so that was the Water Stone, and there should be a Thunderstone here somewhere. There we go. I believe we are close to being done. There we go. I thought we weren't going to encounter any unknown in this, but there we go. We got the letter E. At least I hope that's an E. Yeah, we are actually going to catch one. Now, unknowns are useless on your team, so don't even bother with the playthrough, but they are psychic types. They are super... Dark is super effective against them, and since I'm wanting to catch an unknown, might be better to try to use Heracross's fighting type move. Although it might be too powerful. The only move that it can know is Hidden Power. Hidden Power does a different amount of damage depending, I think it's on the Pokemon's nature. And there is one NPC that will tell you what type your Hidden Power does. Okay. I do want to capture at least one of these. Coincidentally, the E is one of the letters in my first name. Unknown. This symbol Pokemon, it leaves no footprint, and it's a foot tall, about 11 pounds. When alone, nothing happens. However, if there are two or more, an odd power is said to emerge. Yeah, why not? No, this is not going to be a team member, but I thought I'd give it a more descriptive name. All right. There we go. We see 4 Pokeballs. What could they be? HM05 Defog. We already knew that was coming. A Nugget can be sold at a high price to shops. A Mind Plate, one of the 17. 2 beings of time and space set free from the original one. Who could the original one be? We already know the Pokemon of time and space were what was on the inscripted plate ripped off by Team Galactic and Eterna City. But who is the original one then? Friendship. All lives touch other lives to create something anew and alone. If you watch the anime or follow that, they say the same thing in some of the episodes. Now, finding our way out of here might be a little tricky, which is why I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to use one of our coveted escape ropes. you have a Pokemon that knows Dig, the ground type move Dig, you can do the same thing for free. Alright, now, you'll notice that there are Pokeballs kind of above in the, I guess, another floor to that area. You can't access that. Not until you do something very tedious, which we're probably not going to do. But I do want... Oh, darn. I want that Pokeball. Anyway, we're going to go back to that boy, and since the unknown should be in our party, right? Yeah, it's in our party. Might as well go to that boy and see if he can make us some seals. I've been keeping up with the anime, and I really like the some of the stuff that they do with the mythology in this game. I don't like how far they go sometimes, but I respect their creative liberties. Okay. So I will demonstrate how a seal works. Oh, that unknown looks just like my seals. I'll give you a bunch of seals that look like it. That was awfully nice of him. Okay. Now, let me show you how these seals are going to work. First of all, I'm depositing the unknown because we don't need it. But we can do... we need to go to Alex's PC, I believe. Ball capsules. We're going to choose a capsule to edit. And it looks like we have some options that are pre-installed. I guess I can do E. Maybe surround it with a heart and some music. And we can preview that. I think we can preview it, right? Yeah, with this button right here. Hopefully I'm clicking the right one. And there you have it. And then you can, of course, confirm. And then set that to a particular Pokemon. I don't think ball capsules do anything in the Pokemon contests, but of course it's always nice seeing someone try, and you'll occasionally have the trainer, and we've already encountered a few of them that will do that. Now, Lost Tower, remember the old ladies were kind of blocked and obscured by all that fog. They wanted someone to lift the fog, just like the doubts in their hearts. And I feel so bad for those old ladies, so I'll meet you up there where we will clear the fog. Alright, now the reason that I'm showing this battle is because I just realized that in order to use the move Defog, we have to teach it to a Pokemon. And HM moves are known for being really hard to remove. So, we have to catch another HM slave, because unfortunately the mouse-type Pokemon can't learn a move that will blow the wind away. I know, surprising. So this is just the first flying type that I believe... Ah! Critical hit! Whatever. Alright, I ended up catching a Golbat instead, which is, I thought, supposedly rare. I thought it was 5% in here. But you can also capture Zubats, Ghastlies, and Duskulls. Yeah, let's teach it Defog. Alright, old ladies, we're here to save you. Let me make your journey out of this place less frightening. Take this. We obtained the Cleanse Tag. Lost Tower is where the spirits of departed Pokemon are put to rest. Those that enjoyed long lives, those whose times were short, all the departed Pokemon shall find solace here. That's what I really like about these games. Remember a few episodes ago when we were sightseeing Hearthome, and at the very end there's that place where I'm not really going to mention what it was for, but they put that in with no music just to kind of give you the vibe that Pokemon is more than just about the games and the fun experiences. They had something similar to the Lost Tower in Fire Red. Fantina's a regular visitor. Also, I just realized, I thought we were going to get Strength up there, but that was only in Diamond and Pearl. In Diamond and Pearl, that was a required part of it, like you had to climb the Lost Tower. But in this place, it's worthless. And that frustrates me, because we did all of that supposedly for nothing. But you know what? We gained a lot of experience. It probably contributed to Golbat evolving into Crobat, and I will see you at the front of the tower. It's probably just a Poffin ingredient, but... Oh, Defrost! Oh, I should have known that. Alright, so the Pokemon that you can get here... I'm going to use a Repel, but it's pretty much same old, right? The Staravias and the Hoot Hoots. Chansey is also 5% on this route. Ponyta, and then Scyther is the one that we haven't encountered. I believe it's 5% in the morning or nighttime. In the afternoon, I believe it's up to 15%. So at a certain time, it's pretty likely. Alright. Thank you, Rancher Marco. Now, one trainer on this route is a little bit different from the others in that I have used them to grind. So, not them. But I believe it's you. Hey, check this out. Look at the luster of my Pokemon's fur. I believe he has two Pokemon, one of which we don't care about, Elekid. Elekid's actually very strong. It evolves into Electivire, which is a pretty useful electric type. It's fairly standard. The fire component to Elekid has the word kid in its name, is Magby. And of course this Elekid has static, which means it can paralyze me if I make contact. The other Pokemon is Happiny. This is the EXP grinder that I was telling you about in that one episode. So, if you use the Verse Seeker, you can gain a lot of experience. And like I said, the more gym badges that you obtain, I think it goes off of that, the higher level these trainers become. And if you're low on money, just keep rematching trainers. 1,255 experience points. And it was pretty easy to take down. Happiny is the precursor to Chansey, and evolves into Chansey when it's holding an Oval Stone. Alright, what do these twins want? Yay, we're going to battle with lots of Pokemon! Yay, we're all going to battle! Alright. Only because I'm not sure that I showed Clefairy before. Here you go. I don't really know what else to say about it. This was before fairy types were established in the games. But it knows moon moves, like Moonlight or Cosmic Power. I believe one of the Poke entries mentioned it might be from space. This is Cherry Coke, in case anyone was curious. And I appreciate the ball capsules. We tried really hard together, but we lost anyway. Alright. See what I mean? You can't go up on the tall grass. Alright, but the bike is annoying me a little bit. What do you want? All right, and here's the counterpart to Elekid, which I was mentioning, was Magby. Magby is useful because one of its abilities, Flame Body, allows you to reduce the time of your Pokemon egg. It essentially kind of warms it a little bit, provides a decent environment for it, and makes it hatch faster. Togepi we got from Pokemon trainer Cynthia, who is an expert in mythology, and I guess we'll just battle it. I used Togepi in a playthrough, and I just spammed Metronome, and it was kind of fun to watch the different moves. But Metronome is too much of a loose cannon for it to be viable in any kind of team, so... Eruption. I believe Eruption is one of the most powerful fire attacks, and you saw just how much it did. All right. Again, I'm probably going to be skipping some of these battles, but my goal is level 30 for everybody. Okay, Ma and Pa, or I guess not a mom and pa thing. I guess a daughter and her father. It's a common trope. Both fire types. Both very bad. One of them is Ponyta, the other one is the evolved form Rapidash. And just so you're aware of why I don't like this game, okay, I'm sorry, I love this game, but one of the things that I don't like about this game is the fact that Rapidash, you can't get one until you raise Ponyta up to, I believe, level 40. And here's a Rapidash at level 24. Well, I see you all picked up my strategy of focusing on one opponent. What are we going to do here? Rapidash needs to just go, so we're going to focus all efforts on the Rapidash. Again, we didn't need the critical hit. Alright, the Rapidash is... I'm sorry, the Ponyta is essentially toast. No need to show it. Alright, we obviously need to heal up a little bit. Let's use some super potions. And just remember, we do have Paral's heals. Somewhere. There we go. Alright, now this lady over here, I believe she wants to give you a TM for Roost. And that is on the idea that bird Pokemon sometimes need to rest. So it restores some health. Alright, now this cafe is pretty good. Some of the trainers in here will want to battle you, but this lady... What I meant to say was this lady will sell you something called Moomoo Milk. It is probably the most viable healing item in the game. If you buy a dozen, I want to say it restores 100 HP. So much better than a super potion and much cheaper, especially in bulk. Now, if you want to go north, too bad. There are a bunch of Psyducks standing guard. They don't want to move at all. We'll deal with them later. And we move on to Route 215. So if you go north, you'll reach a place called Celestic Town, and south, of course, is Salacion. The rain is, of course, the main dynamic. There's a honey tree here if you're a honey fan. But essentially, watch out for the rain dynamics. Water types do better. And yeah. All right, so after that Bronzor, he sends out a Shieldon. Don't believe we've made the introduction here. Shieldon is part steel. It's a fossilized Pokemon, and you can get fossils from the underground, which is a whole other thing. Cranidos, remember, was Rourke's ace Pokemon, and Shieldon is essentially kind of the counterpart to that. Okay. He's not going to battle you. Do unto others as they do unto you. Yep, it's payback. If you attack second, the move does double the damage. And I think its base attack is 50 damage. So it could do up to 100 damage. It's a dark type move. It's pretty good. Alright, let's battle this trainer first. Come along with your heart pounding. You think you can win like that? Hiya! 3 Machops against my Heracross with Aerial Ace? Good luck, dude. Alright, Fist Plate. Another one of the 17. 3 beings were born to bind time and space. Who do you think those 3 beings are? Does it have anything to do with the original one? Alright, Krogunk, I believe we've seen already. But if we haven't, it is, I want to say Poison Dark. I can confirm that by using a fighting type move. If it does regular damage, it's Poison Dark. Okay, so it's actually Poison Fighting. I should have known that too. This Aerial Ace, I knew it was super effective. And it wouldn't have been super effective if it was Poison Dark. Okay. More berries! Yay! Is this a Kelsey berry? Oh no, Pekka berries. I don't even know why I bother with these berries. Okay, I am going to put down a Repel, but Pokeball. Oh, a Hyper Potion. I believe that restores 200 HP, but 100 is good enough for our purposes. Now, I think we're just about to the next city. But while we battle this guy, I might as well tell you what you can find on Route 215. You can find an Abra, a Kadabra, Pokemon I don't think we've encountered called Lickitung. It's just a normal type. It's not bad. Has a potentially viable moveset. A Marill, which is yet another water type that you can get. Lots of water types. I mentioned Scyther. Same deal, I think. Morning or night, 5%. Afternoon, 15%. Let's see, Staravia. By the way, for those, I am using my phone to look up the Pokemon on the routes. I don't remember what Pokemon are on what routes. I mean, it's unrealistic to know that. Alright, come on. Alright, I'll see you at the end of this. Okay, so... Haha, no Pokemon. I love repels. Alright, HP up. I believe that is our first vitamin. What vitamins do? They're in the medicine compartment. They raise your stats by a little bit. Now you might think, well, that's incredibly useful. I can just raise my stats as much as I have vitamins. There is a limit. Eventually won't have any effect if you keep using vitamins. It's kind of like in humans. Your body only absorbs so much of the nutrients in vitamins. I believe this is our last battle until the next town. So let's just go ahead and take care of it. And it's a double battle, and from what I remember, it's pretty tough. So just in case one of them have a fire type, I'm not going to risk it. We're going to go with this team and see how that fares. 2 ace trainers. I'll take on anyone. It can only make me stronger. I'm taking the Veilstone Gym Challenge, but first... Six Pokemon. Oh, fine. Let this be the last thing that we do. Okay. Gligar, I believe I mentioned ground flying, so it would be useful to do Wing Attack on the Roselia, and possibly Mega Drain on the Turtwig, just in case it inflicts any damage. Did I say... I meant Mega Drain on the Gligar from the Grotle. I can't think right now, I'm sorry. Now, there's a whole kind of battle strategy with double battles versus single battles, because you really have to be aware of your partner. For example, some moves damage all opponents on the field, including your partner, whereas some types make that viable. Let's see. No. Shoot, what should I do? Sometimes you even want to poison your partner because one of their abilities, or in the case of Heracross, its attack essentially gets super strong if it is hit with a status affliction like that. I thought this battle would be a lot more difficult. To be fair, since I only have 3 Pokemon so far, I've been able to train them decently. Oh, and here's what I was talking about, Lickitung. Lickitung is a pretty interesting example of a Pokemon that it evolves when it learns a certain move. Bye, Weasel. That tongue is ridiculous, and I kind of like it. Some people capture Pokemon just on the basis of personal, like if they think it's cute, or if they enjoy it, or if they have a past history with it. And I'm not trying to say not to do that. Please, do whatever you want. I just want to use a team that I've never used before, one that I'll find interesting. Oh no, it used Gust. Oh wow. This might be trickier than I thought. And of course, Heracross isn't going to be able to do much against this Drifblim, but my Heracross will be able to do a lot against the Lickitung. Oh, it has Aftermath. Darn. Aftermath is kind of a funny word, don't you think? It has the word math in it. Ace Trainer Dennis and Maya. Maybe it was in Diamond and Pearl, where there was one infamous pair of Ace Trainers that really gave a lot of people trouble. But regardless, I'm not even going to get those berries. I need to go to Veilstone City and end this episode off. But thank you so much for watching. We explored 2 new routes in this episode. finished up the Lost Tower and explored some ruins, and I also taught you how to use the seal capture or the seal capsule feature to enhance your Pokeballs and your style. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.